Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with our world building series, specifically with the materials. We are now going to get this whole thing set up and cleaned up so that when we see this, we don't just see a whole bunch of random um, things placed everywhere. There will be structure and there will be easy to read. Now, before we get to that, I would like to provide a brief shout out to my Patreon subscribers. If you would like to join the group, the link is down below. Additionally, if you do not want to join Patreon, but you would like to show your appreciation, you can buy me a coffee. Link for that is also down below. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to want to do, because ever since 5.0, it may have happened in 4, I'm not sure, it didn't happen often enough for me to remember, but ever since 5.0, if you start populating these pins too rapidly while everything is connected, the system will crash. You may have already run into that a few times. So disconnect that, hit save. Obviously now there's an error because that's not working as it should. And that's okay. Because right now we just want to have this all to ourselves. We don't want any crashing. Okay, so these are already done. Put those right here. Comment textures. Comment textured UVs. Perfect. Let's continue on here. So we're going to need quite a few of these. I'm just going to hold down S. Oh, biome 01. Tint. Oh, silly me. Oh yeah, tint influence. We want it to 1. Now you can do it this way if you like. The other way is hold down V and call this biome 01 color controls. We did this in an earlier video. Tint influence. And then albedo saturation. Albedo contrast. No. Brightness. And albedo contrast. This is how I prefer to do it. Make those all a 1. Delete that. And it went ahead and crashed. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. So I went ahead and additionally went into the master material and disconnected that. And I didn't have any issues with crashing, so I'm going to assume that that's what it was. It was still looking for it, despite it not being connected right here. So obviously I got the color controls, the influence, saturation, brightness, and contrast set up right here as I wanted. Now we'll hold down V once more and do biome 01 color tint 111. Place that right there. And then we want a static bool parameter biome 01 use color noise question mark. Keep it as false for default. And then hold down the V again. Biome 01 color tint 2. For the heck of it, I'll make this a bit darker, just like that. Place right there. And just because I don't want it to lose that work, I'm going to go ahead and do a cautious save right there. So I'm going to place this right here. I like to keep things fairly organized, and there's just a lot a big node sitting right here. So do this. Come over here like this. There we go. Brought everything a little bit closer so I don't have a whole bunch going on right there. Let's move those up for a bit. All right. So now we hold down the S, biome 01, color noise strength, default of 1. And I'm just going to copy paste because I'm always going to need biome 01. We'll make this color noise size. Now we need a texture 2D. I'm going to come up here, copy paste, and we're going to call this one the color noise texture. Place that one right there. Fantastic. And then we will copy paste twice over and more color 1, more tint 1. Make this a -1. More tint 2, keep you a 1. Make sure that these are flopped. Here we go. Then the last two things that we want, name this one landscape variation size. I'm going to put it at 2000. And a crash. I knew I should have saved. I'll be right back while I get back to where I was at. Alright, so back to where I was at. Make sure that the mask noise size is where you want it. I'm starting mine with 2048. The large variation size of 2000. Actually, I'll move this to 1200. The intensity of 1. Make sure it's all plugged in. And we only have one more thing to do after. I'm going to hit comment and make this the color variation. That's right. There's a lot that I do to take care of the color. Sure, it removes the tiling, but once we get into RVT and static meshes with the grass and everything, you're going to see a gorgeous site as the static mesh for the grass and everything is changed to match that. So the last things that we need to do are roughness strength, specular strength, and displacement strength. So I'm just going to come up here to the AO intensity, copy it, paste it 3 times. That way I stop getting that to disappear. And we're going to name this roughness strength. Put it at 2. Specular strength. Keep it at 0. And displacement strength. You know what? We'll make this one intensity. And for now, we'll keep it at 0. Because we don't have that set up with nanite yet. We will in a minute. I'm going to hit save because I'm tired of losing all my work. Roughness, specular, displacement, perfect. So I'm going to put these over here, drag these all together, comment other parameters, and then comment try planar. Awesome. This is pretty much what you should have. So now we need to make it to where we can, that's right, we can reconnect this. We're gonna hit save. Come in here, connect this, and hit save. So now it's all, oh, that's right. Now it's all back to how it was, but now as you can see, we just have all of these variables kind of everywhere. Nothing is organized, so you have to make sure that you're clicking the correct one. So what we need to do now, excuse me, is to come in here to do one final bit of organizing. First thing we're going to do is select all the textures. You're going to see over here group that we have none. So now when it comes to organizing things, we're going to want to make sure we remember how we want to see everything in our material instance. Me personally, I like seeing all the procedural stuff that we set up first, so like the slopes, the heights, debugging, which we'll be setting up down the road. That way, all the important stuff to make sure that the world looks how it needs to procedurally wise is set up, and then scrolling down to the textures. That means for me that textures are 2.0. So for here at the none, I'm going to put 2.0 biome 01 textures. But I need you to be biome 01.0. Now we're going to come over here. I'm going to call this 0.1 UVs. And we're going to come over here, select all of these, and we're going to see that it's not showing up. That's because for some reason when we're holding on to texture objects, it doesn't work. That's fine. We come over here, click on this, 0.2 color variation. Now we come over to this one so we can also change it to color variation. Point 3 other texture parameters. 0.4 triplanar. Now we hit save. Now once we look into here, now we have everything set up and divided. We have the textures, the UVs, the color variation, other texture parameters, and triplanar. So now we need to just organize how each thing shows up per section. Sorry, I've been trying to figure something out. For some reason, UVs is showing up, but not noise UVs. So give me a little bit and I'll be right back. In my haste of doing the copying and pasting of everything, I forgot that albedo noise, I need to have UVs too. So you'll want to make sure that that is set up correctly so that you can see these. And that's another important reason to have all of this set up correctly so that you can then make sure that everything works as you want it to. So We'll now make this a 17.3725, because why not? Perfect. So, back to what we were doing. The last thing we need to do to properly organize this is we need to put these in order. And I believe we went through this before, 0, 1, 2, 3, perfect. So this is a 0 and a 1, yep. 0, and these we need, I'm going to order these all properly now. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, and a 1. Now we'd save. And now we have everything organized in a proper fashion so that we can better see and understand what we are looking at. So in the next episode, we are going to start creating a whole bunch of these right here, biome 01. So we'll have essentially a whole bunch of them, and I will in the next video quickly show you how to mass produce these essentially, so that you're not spending hours going through and changing all of these individually for organization's sake. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.